boy Ghost, coming to you from inside my car, dropping this video to talk about laughing at my pain. You know, it's a lot of, I done been through some shit, a whole lot of shit, but, you know, only thing I can really do is sit back and laugh at it. Because you realize when you go through so much, just like with my authority dying, like, I tried my best to hold on to it after all the shit it had went through, which I knew, I knew I should have just went on and started a new authority and everything else, which at the time I had created one. I just never made it go active or anything like that because, I was trying to keep the legacy of Still Hogging alive, which, after this 2 years is up, I'm gonna reactivate it, because by that time it should be out of the bullshit that that it's been through. And a lot of people think like, okay, first of all, people got to understand when it comes to authority, to having your own authority, you have what's called your safer score. And my score was high as giraffe pussy. I mean, that shit was like retardedly high. And there you go. Thank you. So, that shit was stupid high, and it basically, it needed to just take some time to chill out. So, just like my insurance, they deemed me uninsurable because all the shit that was on my damn safer, the damn accident, the damn just the marijuana and just all that, just the shit fucks you up. So when I got deemed uninsurable, I called FMCSA and I asked them, like, what could I do? And like they told me, technically you got to shut down for 2 years, and that they said 24 months, but that's 2 years, and that gives time for your authority, your safer score, to reset itself, because after 2 years certain things fall off. Now I got to look into this accident to see like how long it's actually going to be on my record and when it's going to fall off, which I'm hoping 2 years, maybe 3. I don't know. I still got to look into it. So, after the whole 24 months of waiting, it basically falls off, which if it happened in 2022, about 2024, the end of 2024 is when everything will fall off, which I'm not really tripping about it, because like I said, I have another authority, so I'm not tripping. Just use that, do what I need to do, call it a day. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but if you start over and get a new authority, you're not going to be able to do this or do that. Certain companies won't allow you to work. But you got to remember, I've built relationships with people outside of all of these big companies and everything else. So for me, it'll be easy for me to basically just continue business as is, because I only run 2 states. So technically, it doesn't really hurt my pockets, doesn't really hurt my relationships I have, because when you know people, it ain't about how much experience you got. It ain't about, trucking is not about experience. It's about who you know and the relationships you've built, and that basically right there holds weight. So with the relationships that I've built and I have still, they know how I get down, they know how I move, they know I make money. So they're like, hey, give us the new numbers, we got you, blah blah blah, cool. So that's what I went on and did. So it's business as usual. It sucked a lot, because I didn't know like what I was gonna do at first, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go on and pull the trigger on it. So I had to do that, and that's just where I'm at with it. So like I told myself, this hump I'll get over it. I'll get past it. It's gonna take, a little bit of effort, a little bit of hard work, but it's not nothing I've never turned around. And I also realized that where I'm at in life, my struggle or just my setbacks, for me, I guess what I go through, in some people's eyes, I'm still winning. I'm still, even though I could be doing, my bad is actually better than most. And I've realized that. And when I had to sit back and really realize that, because it's like, I've been in some messed up situations, horrible situations, but I realized, like, what I'm looking at as being bad, certain people are just like, that's actually good. So when I realized that, I was just like, you know what, I can't beat myself up, because when I really think about it, my situation could be a whole lot worse. And my situation, for me thinking like it's so this bad, in other people's eyes, shit, you all right, you doing pretty good, you still got your shit, as far as like place to live, stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, I can't get mad at that. I just gotta laugh at this pain. Other people will laugh at it, but then when I look at their situations, the people that try to laugh don't have fleets. They'll have a 1-truck operation doing power only. And it's just like, you won't know what it's like to have a fleet of 8 trucks and have to deal with all that headache. Have to deal with these drivers hitting you up in the middle of the night. Deal with these drivers just making the mistakes that they make. That's something that these people will never experience, because they be in 1-truck, 1-trailer operations. Or they live off in bumfuck Egypt, in the middle of nowhere, Virginia, where the cost of living is like $2, versus living on the West Coast. You gotta really make bread to live out here. And had one of the people that wanted to sit up there and talk shit lives on his family's property. So it's kind of like, come on now, like, you being spoon fed by mommy and daddy's money. And it's like, it ain't none of that over here. Everything that I do, everything that I have to get, I got to get it out the mud. So I realized my situation, my struggles, my pains, a lot of people couldn't walk in my shoes. A lot of people couldn't do half the shit that I've done, half the shit that I was able to create, because I just wanted to. Just like the brokerage. I wanted a brokerage, so I created one. My trucking company started to struggle, so I had to shut it down in order to focus more on my trucking company. So I realized, like, it's sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But like I tell myself, I'm gonna just laugh at my pain, and this comeback is gonna be amazing. And this time I'm not having a whole bunch of people involved in it. It's just gonna be me. Because if it's me, I can't fail. I can't shut down my own shit. If I'm gonna fail, I realize I gotta fail myself by doing something that I did, not by the hands of other people. And that's even with life too. I can't live life and expect somebody else to have the same respect for something that I have. So I just gotta, keep it pushing, do what I need to do, and make some bread. So, with that being said, love, peace, and prosperity. And like I said, just tune in and watch the greatest show on earth. After this, there will be no other. Love, peace, and prosperity, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.